Friends, welcome to another video from Silicon Craftsman, the product and user experience guild at Near. Depending on when you look at this video, the markets are bleeding. It has been an absolute massacre. Some projects are down up to 50 and 60%. This happens all the time in crypto, but every time that it happens, two questions should pop into your head. First one is, are we going to bounce back? And the second one is, what makes Near or any project really different to justify the bounce back? And despite all the heavy losses and emotional damage that such a dip may be causing, I actually really like the opportunity to remind people why I personally chose Near, why this project, why the guild exists, why this YouTube channel exists, and to draw your focus and attention to what really matters. Near is a layer 1 blockchain which enables anyone to build applications on top. But the thing that really makes Near unique, and the reason why I'm very hopeful for a speedy recovery, is relentless focus on user experience. See, Near isn't just a blockchain where we want to pump the price so we all get to buy a Lambo and then we move on. Near is a blockchain that perhaps the marketing has not been the best up until now, but we really have the vision of enabling people to build real businesses that onboard millions and billions of people onto the blockchain. So these businesses may take longer to build, but these are the kind of applications that A, we don't really have now in the crypto space, let's be honest, and B, the key to success is a product or service that people continue to use even if they don't know the price of the coin. The price of the coin and the interest in growth should be completely separate and irrelevant to a user experience. What makes people come back every day? So with that rant, I'd like to introduce today's project, Myriad.Social. Myriad.Social is the first of many. So it is the first application that we will be covering in the space of decentralized social media. And it is also the first app chain that we'll be covering from the Octopus Network. I am very excited about decentralized social media, yet I have also been very skeptical. The problem is very well understood. With centralized social media, there are many criticisms that are getting louder by the day around censorship, shadow banning, challenges with monetization, major challenges with privacy. But perhaps because the challenge is so well understood, there has been a lot of people and a lot of claims immediately going to the decentralized space and having very idealistic and almost utopian views, anarchical in some sense views of what decentralized social media should be. And there's a couple of challenges there. The first one is, up until now, we have not had the technology to build a proper decentralized social media experience. So this is where Near steps in. And the second component is building an actual product or experience that everyday people enjoy using. Despite the vision of the founders and how strongly they feel about freedom of speech or how strongly they feel about a particular cause, this needs to be something that everyday people can enjoy. So I'm actually very pleasantly surprised by Myriad.Social. I had heard about them a few weeks ago, and I maybe didn't take them as seriously as I should have because I placed them in that bucket of yet another decentralized social media project. I will wait to see what they build. But now that I've looked deeper into them, I'm actually really impressed. So Myriad.Social is a Web3 layer on top of Web2 social media. It is a decentralized social network that lets you follow content from conventional social media and turns any mainstream social account into a wallet you can send tips to. It is owned by you, hosted by you, monetized by you. Woo! Now, we will be diving into the features of Myriad.Social in just a bit, but I just want to say that just that paragraph, I think it nails why I am very optimistic. And the key challenge is the go-to-market. Is the pain point in existing centralized social media so strong that people are going to abandon Twitter to go somewhere else? Probably not. I'm inclined to say for most people, the answer is not. But what if you create a hybrid experience that enables people not just to keep their Twitter account, but to actually leverage their Twitter content and all of the people that they follow Twitter content onto Web 3.0? And this is where I think that the Myriad.Social approach, being that blend, is really good. They enable you to import content and have original content of the network. So you can start to see how in the roadmap and the adoption curve, most likely at the beginning, it's going to be mostly imported content from traditional social media. And over time, the lever is going to start changing towards more and more organic content. So that makes me very bullish. But before we jump into the specific features of Myriad.Social, let's touch upon Octopus Network. Myriad.Social is among the very first app chains on the Octopus Network. The Octopus Network is a very interesting project. I should probably make a dedicated video sometime soon. Basically, the easiest way to describe Octopus Network is a Polkadot equivalent parachain network built on top of Near protocol. So in a very similar way that Aurora as an EVM is a smart contract running on Near, so it inherits Near security, Octopus Network is a second network also built on top of Near, which says a lot about how powerful Near is. Now, I don't want to go too deep into Octopus today. I strongly recommend that if you have the time, do a little bit of research on it. Super bullish on this one as well. All I want to say is that I get really excited when I see the trifecta of Near, Aurora, and Octopus, because my investment thesis is really simple. You have a three-headed horse on your race. Any one of those three ecosystems can have and is having exponential growth, and any one application on any one of those three ecosystems could be a massive funnel for onboarding millions of users. So when we're talking about Myriad.Social as a decentralized social media application, this application alone could bring millions of people to the Octopus and by default, the Near ecosystems. So that's all I want to say on that front. Now, the final thing I want to mention before we jump into Myriad.Social specific features is that they are having a sale right now on Skyward Finance. Recently, I was reflecting on what the best way to add value to the community would be and to the ecosystem as a whole. And I realized that making videos that draw attention to the current sales on Skyward Finance would probably be a win-win for everyone. Perhaps we can help these projects raise more money, which means that they can have more funds to build better products. And if you, as an everyday user from the community, are able to learn more about these projects early on and have enough quality information to enable you to decide whether you want to invest or not, perhaps it could be something that represents a lot of value in the future. We will be touching on how to participate in the Skyward Finance sale towards the end. As usual, all the timestamps are at the very bottom, so feel free to skip around. Now, on to Myriad.Social. So the first thing that you'll note is that Myriad actually has three components up until now. Myriad.Social is the one that we will be focusing on for today, but they also have Myriad Metaverse, which is also built leveraging one of Octopus' other app chains called Reality Chain, and Myriad Messenger, which is a messaging app. Today, we'll be focusing on Myriad.Social. As we scroll down on the website, we have the core values that Myriad.Social stands for: built for freedom. We built a fully decentralized social network that runs on top of mainstream social media. Every mainstream social account is now a tipping wallet. Every mainstream social media post can now be found on Web3. I'll link the website so you can go have a browse on your own time. In the meantime, what I'll do is let's jump straight into the actual application. So we are currently on Testnet. There will be a part 2 on how to join Testnet step by step. In the meantime, we can see on the top right corner, I have created my account, AVB at AVB is Near. We'll have a really quick run through the current features, but you can see that they've been able to create an application that looks and feels very much like a Web 2 application. So this would be familiar to users. It's got the basic functionality that you would expect. And the kicker is you are able to import content from traditional Twitter. At the very top, we've got the sharing content. There's two types of content that you can post. There is your original content that you can create, including Not safe for work content, pornography. Oh God, what could go wrong? And then we've got import content. So we will import a tweet just to show you how easy it is. I'm going to go to my Twitter and find a tweet. Let's do this one. All you have to do is paste a link. It shows you a preview, automatically creates the post. So I've actually created all these tweets on the timeline. I imported this one by Will, which is a really interesting thread on why NEAR is going to be huge. And I also imported my own tweet. The cool feature, which you'll notice on the bottom, is the ability to send a tip. At the moment, I only have MYRIA in my account, but there will be more currencies here. If you send a tip to someone who is not currently on MYRIA, the tips are held on escrow on the smart contract. Sorry, I can't multitask. So we've sent the tip, and now the tip will be held in escrow at the smart contract layer, and the user will be able to redeem the tip once they join and they link their Twitter account with their Myriad account. One of the other cool features that I like is the creation of social tokens. They're not live yet, but you can see how by having a tipping functionality built into the core of social media, it's going to be a lot of fun for people to create their own social tokens and just start tipping each other online. So with this really quick overview of the Testnet application, I expect mainnet would launch shortly after the token sale. There's a few viral loops, including the ability to aggregate content from people that are not currently on the account, meaning that we can have high quality content on Myriad, even if the people creating the high quality content are not here yet. Also extremely fair that we're able to tip the people who create the high quality content, and they're able to claim the earnings when they join. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. As I said, there will be a part 2 with a step-by-step on how to join, and we can do a lot more experimentation as a group. We can create a social token, we can tip each other, we can aggregate content. Now, jumping into the Skyward Finance sale. The Skyward Finance sale is on right now. If you're not familiar with Skyward Finance, it is the first launch pad on the NEAR protocol. And the way it works is it has dynamic pricing based on the amount of NEAR deposited. So you can see how the price has changed since the beginning of the token sale. And all you have to do if you want to participate is get yourself some NEAR, deposit NEAR onto Skyward Finance, and then it will automatically allocate the MYRIA to you. At the end of the sale, you just come back to Skyward to claim the MYRIA that has been allocated to you, and all the tokens will appear on your NEAR wallet. I'll try to find a step-by-step tutorial from the Myriad team. Now, the final thing to bring it all together is to understand a little bit more about the tokenomics and what the token does. So the website has a link to an investor deck, which gives us an idea of what we can expect. If purchasing the MYRIA token is not for you, we can see that there are some other ways of earning MYRIA token rewards that are actually really easy and fun, and this is where it pays to be really early. So you can earn MYRIA tokens simply by tipping others on the network, by importing content that receives tips. You can see that this is a virtuous cycle for quality content curation, and by running a node or a server. We'll keep scrolling down to find the tokenomics. Okay, so we've got the roadmap, the features that have already been released, and what we can expect coming up soon. Very bullish. There is an excellent video from the Myriad founder, which I'll link on the notes below. So we're finally getting to the juicy bit that we want, the slide on value and revenue streams. So this looks a little bit convoluted, but we have each category and how they derive value. So if you're a MYRIA holder, the value to you would come from the increase in token value. If you are a tipper or a person who tips, you can receive MYRIA rewards. If you are a creator, you would receive any cryptocurrency from the future NFT sales and trade. If you maintain the network by running a server validator, you also receive MYRIA rewards. And the most important bit for potential investors would be how the Myriad token accrues value, or how the Myriad platform generates revenue. So there is a fair transaction percentage which will be decided by the DAO, and these small transaction percentage seems to be extended to NFT trades and marketplace features later on. We've got another slide that explains in a very convoluted way what I mentioned before. There are some network effects in here around the MYRIA token and content quality moderation. There is a structure for the DAO and some more technical content, which I would strongly encourage you all to go and read in detail if you choose to invest. Thanks so much for joining me today. As I mentioned, there will be a part 2 linked somewhere so that we will be doing step by step how to join the Myriad testnet. Looking forward to seeing you there. If you leave me a comment with your Myriad testnet username, I can send you a friend request and I'll tip you some tokens. Thanks so much for dropping by, and I'll see you soon.